Child, I really do appreciate having a space to come to just get it out, bitch. Okay? And if that last video wasn't evident of the bipolar, the depression, the trauma, hell, the growth, the strength to be that vulnerable, you know, there are times where I do feel like, why do I post this shit? And I've even had people hit me up and say, you talk too much. You tell your business too much. And I've had other people tell me in the past, you complain about your platform not being where you want it to be, but look at the type of content you post. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to dwelleth on shit that serious. People come to social media for the great escape, you know. And this is what I have to say. When I do those types of videos, I do a lot of thinking before I actually upload them. If you guys look at most of the videos, I can't speak for all of them because, girl, there's so many videos on this platform. But I know for most of them, if not all of them, that you will notice a major difference from watching the video and seeing that it might be light outside, and then when it's uploaded, it's usually hours later, sometimes even a day or two or more later, because I've had to seriously think on, should I upload this? Right? And the big answer to all of those people that, you know, have hit me up over time in regards to those types of videos is I give them this. Even if it's one bitch, hello God, I feel like it's gonna help somebody. Because I don't give a damn what a lot of those types of people say. We all need confirmation. I know I've said this plenty of times before in the past. We all need confirmation that we are not alone. That someone is here with you. Okay? Because if we don't have that confirmation, the things that it could do when you sit around and you dwelleth alone, thinking you're alone, hello God, the shit that begins to occupy your mind and a lot of times will manifest into some really, you know, erratic and crazy actions. Going places where you can't return from. Because we all know, honey, I've done plenty of videos on this subject matter, honey. The devil dwelleth in dry places. Hello. So, no, I don't feel any type of way about uploading those videos. I don't. Hello, God. Because y'all get up on here, we get up on here, and the bulk of social media, 99.9%, of social media is some fronting ass, flexing ass, fraudulent ass, hello God, bitches who will make you think that their life is so luxurious, that their life is all of these things except the shit that I be talking about. And guess what, people? When those people could hit that end button on the record, girl, hello God, they crying in a corner in a dark room thinking and drinking. Those be the people who you hear out of the blue, you didn't even know they had any mental health issues, girl. They hanging from somebody's bridge. They done OD'd on some pills and shit. We had no idea. We had no idea what they were going through. They never talked about it. Well, maybe if they did, maybe if they vented a little bit, hello God, I'm just saying though, tell the truth. And a lot of those people are just not comfortable. You know? And that's what makes them uncomfortable in life. See, I'm comfortable. I've had to, many moons ago, child, I had to come to terms with who I am, who I truly am. Fronting, flexing, hiding, frauding, girl. Wearing these different masks, trying to assume these different, you know, roles that really wasn't me. That actually does more harm than good. Showing up in how you feel, even if it's just a brief moment in time, because what I was feeling in that last video, I tend to hold things in, and that's why y'all get those videos, you know, every couple of whatevers, you know, and you just need the great release. Because in the moment, that's how I be feeling. And I think, too, a lot of people don't understand, you know, we use the word trauma, right, all the time. But I don't think y'all understand the depth, the nature of trauma. That's a whole, girl, let me tell you something. That is something that can break the very fabric of anyone's reality. The things that we do because of the manifestation of the traumas in one's life, hello God, the decisions we make, hell, a lot of times the decisions that we don't make, are predetermined based on the trauma that one has endured. Someone jumped in the comments and said, seek therapy. I have been in therapy my whole life. That was one of the requirements, at least down here in Florida, girl, when you grow up in the foster care system, therapy, especially for the foster kids who have certain levels of trauma. I'm not seeking out therapy in my, you know, nowadays. I probably should. And I hate to be one of these old bitches who get on here and say, well, I self-manage and, you know, this, that, and the third. And although I do have, you know, about 3 credits in psychology courses, girl, hello God, not 3 credits. I took 3 psychology classes: child psychology, abnormal psychology, and behavioral psychology. So I feel like I know it all, and I know that's, let's tell the truth, most therapists and psychology, you know, majors and things like that, they are crazy. Those are the ones who need the most help, child, let's tell the truth. And that does not give me an excuse like, okay, you think you know. And how do you think I've been able to step into a certain type of awareness? To be able to even make those kind of videos should let some people know, if not all people, hello God, to know like, wow, he hovers in the ether of his own awareness. I do. Again, that's something that has taken a long time to get to. It's a forever type of process. But I take a lot of pride in having that very rare gift. If it wasn't for that, I would have self-destructed many moons ago. Actually, when I was about 19. But yeah, I've always been interested in psychology. I always wanted to understand trauma. I always wanted to understand the mind. I've always wanted to understand human behavior. So I excelled tremendously in those areas in college. And I did get A's in all 3 of those classes. Okay. Wrote some amazing papers. Hello God. Amazing papers. I remember one paper I wrote, it was so damn good. And it was about transgenerational trauma, which is basically like, I've talked about that a lot of times over here on this platform. Basically, it's just, the study of how your ancestors, because of the things that they've been through, like our ancestors as slaves, I don't think a lot of people be understanding that the trauma that they endured, hello God, because it was so great, right? And not in a good way. It was so devastating. It was so traumatic what happened to them, and the length of their trauma. We're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of years. Hello God. It's linked to us, their descendants, through our DNA. These DNA markers, I like to call them memory markers, hello God, makes us more susceptible to mental illness, right? And that dictates how we function, how we think, how we move about in our life. That study was first done on Holocaust survivors and their descendants. I linked that to, well, if this could be for Holocaust bitches, excuse me, hello God, it definitely could be the same for our ancestors and us, their descendants. So that's a heavy load, girl. Hello, let's tell the truth. That's a heavy load. And it makes perfect sense for why a lot of us, black folks, descendants of slaves, it explains a lot on how we show up, how we behave. And a lot of times you're like, I don't even know how I got this way. Why am I this way? You have no answer for it. Well, there's your answer. There's your answer. Another thing to thank white supremacy for. So when these white peoples start wanting to know, they have the same question, why are black people like this? Why are black people this way? Why are black people that way? Well, it's because of your ancestors, white peoples, that we are so fucked up. Why we think and why we act and why we react in the ways that we do. And without no real explanation. There's the explanation. It's embedded in our DNA. It's like muscle memory. Hello. That was a really good paper. When I tell you, my professor was like, damn. Oh, that was a good paper. I worked really hard on that too. So yes, bitch. When it comes to trauma, I truly know what the fuck it is I'm talking about. I needed to understand myself. I needed to be able to have knowledge, and through that knowledge gained wisdom. Hello, God, hovering in the ether of the awareness of my traumas, having a better understanding, a more of a clinical, psychological type of understanding versus some hood-ass mentality on what I thought trauma was. Or having some hood-ass reaction to what I think trauma was. Well, that's past tense. What trauma is. Hello, God. I needed to understand that because the way in which I was showing up in this world, I talk about this all the time, I was not the 1, the 2, or the motherfucking 3, bitch. I was a hot mess as a young boy growing up in this world. I was a hot mess. Ooh, the way I reacted. Hello. Imagine growing up bipolar and depressed all the time as a kid in the foster care system with all of these traumas going on. Girl, and not knowing how to manage it. Going to the detention center every so often from whooping ass. Having all the wrong vices to try to help deal and manage that shit. I told you I was a drunk whore for some time. And before that, a whore. I started out, my first real vice was sex. I started sucking dick at 11. Now, that wasn't trauma-based. That was just whatever. That led me down the path of hoedom. Hello. And then when that wasn't enough, hello, God. Well, no, God, okay? It was the drinking, coupled with the random sex. Hello. Smoking. Popping ecstasy. Hello, God. Molly. Tried that. Hated it. And these weren't like, these are really quick moments of, like, that's what I don't like about being bipolar and being a depressed bitch, is you will do things in the moment to just cure that pain. So I was never addicted to these things like that. There were moments in time, you know, the ecstasy was, ooh, girl. The first time I tried, I was like, girl, hell no, girl. The second time, I had a whole summer, girl. I had a whole summer of popping ecstasy, girl. And when I tell you, that just exacerbated the hoedom. Girl, that was some good sex. I can't even lie, girl. Yes, it was rooted in trauma and trying to fill the void, girl, but the void was being filled. Girl, I can't even lie, girl. Those, yes. I feel like Cersei Lannister, shame, bitch, shame. But girl, I can't even lie to you. That was some good sex. But girl, I had to quit that shit. I told y'all, honey, I drug tested myself one time. I never knew. I thought ecstasy was just, you know, 1 or 2 things. I had no idea that they put everything but the kitchens and the kitchen sink, bitch. Hello, God, and everything under the kitchen sink and the dishwasher, bitch. The pasta pans, girl, that old ass fucking chicken grease bitch from last Sunday's dinner, bitch. I didn't know they throw all of that and then some, hello God, into the damn pills. I had no idea. Girl, when I had took that drug test and every line popped up positive, I said, oh, hell no. Y'all do know that I'm a product of a crack mother. I'm a crack baby, which makes me more susceptible to not only mental illness, but to addiction. When I saw that, I immediately stopped. I immediately was like, girl, no, I can't do this. Girl, no, ma'am. It's not going to work. And like I said, too, it just exacerbated my holding. Girl, sober, I'm a whore. Girl, imagine me, some slurry-ass bitch. You know, girl, I'm like a vampire. Girl, I'm just running through the city, sucking, girl. Girl, a mess. I did Molly one night. I was in such a dark hole. Hello, God. I just was like, fuck it. Hit up a friend, honey, what's the tea? Oh, for real, you on that? You know, because everybody thought, you know, the way I carry myself, you know, like, you on that? Like, child, honey, please. I went to the liquor store, got me a big-ass bottle of Ciroc, bitch. The biggest one, the one that cost $100. You know? This is obviously way before we knew that Diddy was around here being the filth that he is, girl, okay? And then I mixed with a big-ass bottle of Captain Morgan. And was popping Molly and sweating, bitch, literally. A hot-ass mess. Girl, I remember getting out of my brother's car because it was a night. Okay? It was myself, him, and one of our homeboys. I was zoned out. Girl, I wasn't even worried about these bitches. I was just in my own little world, and I was just fucked up. Girl, I remember we got back to the crib. I went to get out that motherfucking car, and this is when I was a big-ass hoe. Okay? A big-ass, buffalo-ass built bitch. When you that big, and you around here falling out, girl, trust me, ain't no one coming to save your big ass, girl. There is no catching you when you fall, because, girl, you finna bring everybody down, including the house, bitch. Period, girl. Like, I remember I fell. That shit hurt so bad. So bad. But when you that fucked up, you don't feel it in the moment. But, girl, I felt that shit the next day. I could have died. I fell head first, girl. It's funny now when you looking at shit in retrospect. But, girl, I was hurting in that moment. I was a hot fucking mess. When I tell you I threw up everywhere, it was like a fat ass zombie just hurling and falling, and girl hurling and falling in just a hot ass mess. Made a complete fool of myself. And that was the same night a lesbian girl tried to take advantage of me. Because I was so messed up, I was walking to my house, girl, I couldn't even make it to the front door. So I sat in my car, I walked to my car, and I laid down in the car, and like, what felt like only a few minutes went by, I felt the presence of someone sitting next to me. And I was like, oh, girl, is this the angel of death? Girl, no, it was lesbian fish. And she had been trying to get at me for a minute, girl. Girl, I had woke up immediately when she was trying to suck my thing, girl. I said, no, girl. She tried to take advantage of the opportunity. And I was about to let her. But the real queen inside of me was like, I'm coming out. I want this bitch to know. It's no, no, no. Girl, I sobered up. Quick, bitch. Nowadays, I would have fed her everything, but hello God. But yeah. That self-destructive nature, all because you're trying to numb that pain. You trying to get through it, girl. So don't be trying to tell y'all that I'm a survivor, girl. I'm not gonna give up. Because if I really wanted to give up, I would have allowed those things to take me over. Hello. If I was anybody else with a lesser mind, a lesser determination, hello, God, even in the moments where I got to the point of being suicidal, few moments in my life, I always step back from that edge. I'd be right on the precipice. But the will to live, the will to get through endureth, hello God, the will to know, not even the will, the clarity to know that we may endure for a night, hello God, but joy cometh in the morning. And thou may not knowest what a day may bring. Hello God. Do not boost thyself with tomorrow, because thou might not knowest what a day may bring. The book of Proverbs, hello God. And again, I don't really go up for the Bible, but there are certain things in that Bible that have helped me in life. A very few, hello God. But those are these moments I look at. I love the book of Proverbs too. If you're trying to get your life on track, girl, and you need a little bit of understanding of self and human behavior, the book of Proverbs is the tea. It reveals all. Hello, God. But you got to be in a certain place to receive those particular messages. Hello. So that you can interpret them the right way. And I always would think to myself, like, it's not always going to be like this. You don't really want to do this. This is how you're feeling in the moment. So before we get to the place of drastic measures, bitch, to the point of no return, hello God, we need to really think. So when I say that I can understand how people get to that point and how they can actually go through with it, but going through with it means you failed the test. Going through with it means that you are reacting to a moment in time instead of seeing the value of the possibilities for tomorrow. Do not boost thyself of tomorrow, because thou not knowest what a day may bring. Don't even boost yourself up today, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. Let's just rearrange that shit too. That's what I took from it. Loneliness is a sad affair. That's the inevitable truth. And that may be the thing that lingers on in your whole fucking life, forever and ever and ever and ever. But those moments of joy and contentment, those moments where you're actually smiling and happy, knowing that you endured, you went through hell, but you're standing on a cloud of your own accomplishment, looking down at that one noted problem, and then realizing that, especially if you're like me and you know that you have mental illness, that you know that you are bipolar and depressive, do not make hasty, instantaneous decisions, girl. When you do that, and there is no going back, there's no rewind, you may not get another opportunity. So when I tell you the power of hovering in your own awareness is paramount, bitch. And when I tell you that I know that I talk a lot of shit, that's how I know there's a God. That's how I know the spirits, hello God, they dwelleth. Because without that, the allowance of giving yourself over to a situation, not a situation, but giving yourself over to, that's why I got this tattoo, have faith. You have to have that faith. It's placed there for a reason. And I truly believe that because of all of the things that I've gone through, all of the things that I've experienced, and not just that, living in the awareness of it, hovering over that bitch, learning from it, hello God, I feel like that makes me the perfect vessel to speak to others. And when I tell you, every time I step away from the edge, I feel so much better like the next day when I realize that, girl, you weren't reactionary. You didn't stand on business by making these fucked up decisions that could change the course of your life forever if you're not careful. I feel so accomplished when I can wake up the next day, amen, and say, wow, I'm so glad. I was broken. I was dwelling in a dry place. The darkness could have converged upon me. But, child, hello, God. That little spark of light, hello, God. That spark of light, it just takes a little spark, bitch. A little spark. If you can achieve that little spark and focus in on that and let it guide you out of that dark, dreary place of disparity, girl, hello, God. Oh, the relief you get. Before I end this video, I gotta thank the divine. I gotta thank the spirits. I gotta thank the God that I know. Hello, God. And I gotta thank y'all. Because y'all could easily be on here judging a bitch. Y'all could, but y'all don't. If anything, you be feeling where I'm coming from. You understand where I'm coming from. And y'all always give supportive comments. And I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah. Whew, girl. Y'all won't get one of these for a little while, okay? Girl, it's time to... Whew. Bitch. It's time to, you know... switch up the atmosphere, girl. Amen. All right, y'all. Enjoy your weekend. You know, be blessed and never stressed. Remember that health is truly wealth. I'm about to head off to the gym and get my shit together. And, yeah. Take care, y'all. Bye.